Hello everyone and welcome aboard the home of the Hype Train and its dedicated football team, Hype Train FC. It's late November and the time of the year when the rain and all the storms and every element you can imagine starts to call games off, and after a week of rainfall and downpour in the Reading area, ahead of our EBFL Premier Division encounter against Pundit FC, the groundsman down at Calcot at Tyler's Parish Council had initially called the game off, though somehow by a force of a miracle we were able to get the game going ahead at the last moment, though it left both teams a little bit depleted for numbers on the day. This was of course the team's reverse fixture of an opening day 2-2 draw away at the Cherry Orchard against Pundit, with the team looking to go one step further and get a win on the second time of asking. The visiting team from the Slough area were decked out in a yellow and black kit, which meant that we decided to use our green grassroots kit from Kitlocker. We lined up with Jake Holloway in blue in goal, and with the numbers that we had on the day, we decided to line up in a 5-3-2 formation, which saw Ash Ali and George Fradgley operate as fullbacks, whilst we had a back three that consisted of Robert Austin at left centre, Danny Basden at right centre, and Vincent van Lembergen, the club's captain, in the heart of defence. In central midfield, we had Callum Fox-Spence and George Holloway in the centre of the park, with Callum Parr-Jones as an AM behind Leon Mannion and Phil Newport in attack. For the game, we had one substitute, which was Stuart Stannard. He didn't arrive until half-time and he took the place of Callum Parr-Jones, who had to leave at half-time, which meant that throughout the duration of the game, we only had the bare 11 players. Ahead of kickoff, if you follow the team, don't forget to hit the like button as well as subscribing to the channel for more action from the train, and you can also find out more about the club by visiting our main website, hypetrainfc.com, and by visiting our parent website over at thehypetrain.co.uk for more from the Hype Train. There's a host of goals to get going in the game here at a windy day at Calcot, as you can hear on the video camera. Our first goal of the game happens when Leon picks up the ball on the left hand side. He feeds in Callum Parr-Jones, who's running through on goal. Pundits aren't able to get close to him as Callum bashes in a right footed effort into the far right corner. The team have a 1-0 lead in the first 5 minutes of the game. A rapid start for the host continued, with Pundits trying to plough out from the back here. They do give the ball away, with Callum picking out Leon at the far post. Leon takes one touch to set and finishes it himself. The team have a ruthless start to start the game. The team in green were looking to add to our tally as Callum Parr again picks up. He feeds right to George Holloway here, who's got a bit of time in midfield. The ball is shifted out right and then eventually onto Phil Newport, who wins the chase for the ball between him and a Pundit defender. He's brought down, the team have a penalty, and Leon's got a chance to make it 3. Standing up, the number 9 takes his time. There's a cool calm finish to the goalkeeper's left to give the team a 3-0 lead. Since 2019, when we formed, I don't think we've started a game as well as this, and we're really confident on the ball as George and Callum combine. Ash feeds back to myself, Robert left back. I put the ball in the penalty area, it's lofted and high. Leon flicks on for Phil, he's got an open goal and he smashes into the roof of the net to extend a really good start to the game, and we have a 4-0 lead heading into half time. It really wasn't the day so far for the travelling team from Slough here, as they're trying to play out from the back. Their goalkeeper eventually picks up the ball here and tries to shift the ball from right to left, though the pass is loose. Phil Newport again wins possession of the ball. He's taken out in the box by one of their players, and we have another penalty. This time stepping up from the mark, Leon is calm and composed again. Their number 4 is trying to bait us, though Leon's penalty is saved by the goalkeeper. Now, from being 4-0 down, Pundits here are mounting some pressure of their own. They whip in a long throw. It's an Achilles heel for the team as Pundits head in for a 4-1 lead now. No, you're not looking at the same highlight again, as Pundits again have another long throw in. The ball comes into the penalty area and is flicked on at the near post by one of their lads. There's an unfortunate bobble in the box as it falls out to Pundits, as the shot takes a deflection away to make the game 4-2, and all of a sudden there's a game on. With confidence restored by the visiting team here, they're trying to play the ball from right to left, though they aren't able to get through the brick wall in defence with Danny Basden doing well to win the ball. Phil Newport does pick up the ball as he's finding Leon with a great pass down the left-hand side. Leon takes one touch before setting. He strikes in a great effort at the far post, and the team have a 5-2 lead and a 3-goal advantage once more. And just like that, in a back and forth game in the second half, a much more competitive game, which is great for both teams. Pundits are again robbed of the ball high up the pitch here, with Leon and Stuart Stannard coming on at half time, doing very well here. Stuart delivers across, it goes in off one of Pundits' players. The team have a 6-2 lead courtesy of an own goal. You would think that you were able to rest on your laurels with a 6-2 lead, but in good competitive games on Saturday in the EBFL, that just isn't the case. Pundits do well here to win possession of the ball in the midfield before they feed in their right back Drew, who's gone up front. He does well to speed away from our defensive line before poking in an effort at the far post, giving Pundits a third goal. Pundits again are making advantage of the wind and their player with the long throw as they're getting the ball into the penalty area. The team are just unable to clear their lines here, with Pundits eventually winning the ball back after we try to clear. It falls out to the number 9, who calmly strokes in at the far post, making the game 6-4. And again from a long throw that doesn't pan out, we're finally able to get one clear here as Danny Basden pokes out to Leon at the halfway line. You've got a couple of runners off Leon with Callum Fox-Spence running onto the mark. He beats his defender and he's got time to stride on. He's got Phil Newport at the far post, Leon in the middle, and running up into support is myself, Rob, at left back. I'm able to poke home, and believe it or not, that's my first goal in my 71st game for the club. And of course I'm going to put the goal on replay. It's a really good end to the game for the team, with Leon doing well here. Callum's run is really good as he's able to beat his man up. I've decided to make a nosebleed run forward. We have the numbers, I've decided to go for it. There's a lot of time here and Callum's looking for me. The touch is good, the finish is good, and the feeling for my first goal is even better. Taking a 4-0 lead into half-time, the team had a scare in the second half when Pundits pulled a goal back, and then a second to make the score 4-2, and then later again when we scored our 5th goal to make it then 5-3, with Pundits replying almost immediately, though we were finally able to get the job done late on in the second half to secure a 7-4 win against what was a very good Pundits team. I'd like to personally thank Lloyd and the team at Pundit for making the journey out at the very last minute. The weather was a bit back and forth, and I'm just glad that we got the game of football going ahead. Goals from Callum Parr-Jones, Leon Manu and Phil Newport, and an own goal heavily assisted by Stuart Stannard, as well as a first goal for yours truly, Robert Austin, in what was my 71st game for the club, oversaw a high-scoring day at the office with a bare-bones squad. Next up for the team, with December looming, cup action on Sundays was on the agenda again, as the team was set to host Wraysbury FC in the last 32 of the Barks and Bucks FA Sunday Trophy, and it was going to be another cracking occasion for the club. Until next time, believe the hype.